In this video we're going to be installing the Indian comfort seat on my Indian Scout bobber. So before I head downstairs and fit this on my Scout bobber, I thought we'd just have a little look at it. It is a big beefy seat, looks the same as the stock one, just a lot more padding. And looks like it rises up a little bit. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. You can get this in an all black version now, but I kind of like the contrasting colours. If we look at the back, exactly the same as a stock seat. Got these four rubber kind of bung things, just for, I guess, a bit of dampening and doesn't ruin the fender too much. These little sliding bits that goes into the rear guard, and then underneath, this is the bit obviously that clips into the peg at the front of the bike, or the front of the seat part of the bike, and then it doesn't come with the Allen key. You just kind of take that out and put it into the old one, or from the old one into this new one. Comes with this installation guide, but you've probably taken the seat off before, so you know what you're doing, but it's there anyway. I decided to get this seat for a couple of reasons. One, it was on offer, there was 10% off, so I decided to give myself a birthday treat. But the only thing that I really don't like about the bobber, and I'm hoping this will help a little bit, is when you kind of give it the beans a little bit, you do tend to feel like you're going to kind of fly off the back. There isn't much happening to hold you in on the rear seat. So I'm hoping that this is going to provide a little bit better kind of comfort in that aspect, to make it so you don't feel like you're flying off the back all the time. So we'll just pop around the block after I've fitted it to kind of give a final conclusion. Obviously it's supposed to be a lot more comfortable because it's a lot more padded. I haven't done any really long trips. I guess the longest I've done is probably an hour each way, and I actually don't find the stock seat to be that bad, but maybe when I fit this it will seem like night and day. Maybe I have too much arse padding already, I don't know. But let's pop down to the garage. I'm going to roll the bike out and do a side-by-side comparison, just show you how to fit the seat, which again is pretty obvious, and then give you a conclusionary thoughts on whether I think it's worth you investing in one of these comfort seats or not. Okay, so here we are outside. Look at the comparison between these seats. Definitely looks to be a lot chunkier, doesn't it? See it on the side by side. So let's take this stock one off and put the comfort seat on, and then see how it feels. So if you've never taken the seat off before, getting it off is super straightforward. It's getting it back on, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So just here, just want to put your fingers underneath and pull up. See, it just attaches on this little bolt here, and just kind of angle it up and then pull it out. You can see back here, I put these little protective stickers that I made on here. You can see how it would damage the rear, but it's a nightmare getting this thing back on. These are the seats side by side, so you can see it definitely tapers round a bit more and is a bit kind of more raised up at the back there, so it should be more comfortable. Just to sort of angle a bit, so you can see there the difference. So I think it will provide, where it kind of comes back up here, will sort of be sliding off the back a little bit more, I think. So I'm just going to clean things up, and I need to take the little Allen key off the bottom of there, put it onto the new one, and then have the fun of trying to get the new seat back on, because it is a pain. It's basically just slides in those two little holes in there, but as you can see there's cables everywhere. Doesn't make it super easy. I'll give this a little clean up as well. That's one thing I don't like about the bike. Now basically there's a hole under the mud guard, which basically means bits of crap and dirt get all up in here, and it messes with my mojo. Okay, so I've installed the little Allen key screwdriver thing. I'm probably going to need two hands for this, but basically those little hooks there need to hook in underneath here, and obviously you just need to pop this back in. So let me just pop the camera down a minute whilst I finagle this into position and see how easily it goes in. Well, surprisingly went in really easily. So you can see here on the back, this is a little bit of clearance again. Obviously when you put your weight on it, that's when those rubber bungs sit on the rear fender here, but yeah, that looks pretty good. So the test obviously is to sit on it, go for a little ride out and see, yeah, does it feel any better? Oh, that feels so good. Actually does feel more comfortable than before. And again, still need to go up for a proper ride on it, but it does feel like there's more kind of rear support. Yes, I think its initial thoughts are it feels good. It doesn't spoil the original feel and style of the bobber, but it does feel like it's going to give a bit of extra support. And if I try and kind of ride myself back, as it were, it doesn't feel like I can get as much backward motion. So I'm going to move some cars around, go for a quick spin around the block, and see if it does indeed feel any better or not. Okay, so I'm back. It's good. You still do get pushed off the bike at the back a little bit. That's more because it's a naked bike, obviously, but it definitely feels more comfortable. It's going to be nicer on the posterior on those longer journeys. Like I said, I was happy pretty much with the stock seat, but the comfort seat is significantly better. Even I'm noticing that, and like I said, I feel like it does just give you a little bit more kind of control over your butt flying off the back, you know, when you kind of punch it a little bit. So I think it's a well worth the upgrade. Consider checking one out. That's the Indian comfort seat. Really should come as standard. Indian, come on.